Yeah, I shot that fashion show at Hedonism. That's how I know what the hell hedonism is. So, all right. So I left over, started here somewhere. Um, Nigga said dream chasing the heathenism. Hey, you want to be amongst hanging out with Jay-Z and Diddy and them niggas, nigga, you better think you're gonna be worshiping the motherfucking devil. Defendants have unlawfully increased their profits by luring and deceiving producers, musicians, writers, creators, and artists such as plaintiffs to transport drugs. Y'all remember all the drugs: ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, uh, marijuana, and mushrooms. I don't know what ketamine is or ketamine is. I need to look that up. Let's see what kind of other drugs these motherfuckers is doing. God damn, that's some shit you shoot. What the hell is ketamine? Ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic used medically for induction and maintenance of anesthesia. It is also used as a treatment for depression and pain management. It is a novel compound that is derived from phenis, phenicillin in 1962 and pursuant of a safer anesthetic with fewer hallucinogenic effects. Why would people take that? These niggas putting themselves to sleep? It's a hallucinogenic effects. Yo, man, these niggas some goddamn drug addicts, bro. Transport firearms, solicit minors, exotic dancers, sex workers, and to utilize their talents and labor to produce music and other tangible goods and services without compensation. The RICO enterprise, which all defendants have engaged in, and activities of which affected the interstate and foreign commerce, is compromised of an association, in fact, of persons included each defendant and other unnamed co-conspirators. That association, in fact, was structured by various contracts and non-contractual relationships between the defendants, by which defendants assumed different roles in agreeing to carry out a mail and wire fraud scheme to acquire drugs, firearms, prostitutes, minors, sex workers, and the labor of producers, musicians, writers, creators, artists, such as plaintiffs, to utilize their talents and labor to produce music and other tangible goods and services without compensation. The members of this RICO, it's going to repeat the same thing over and over for a minute. Members of this RICO, upon information and belief, this RICO enterprise has existed for at least 20 years, dating back to 1999 club shooting in NYC, where Mr. Combs required his then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez to transport a legal firearm into the New York City nightclub. Mr. Combs forced his then artist Sean to assume responsibility for shooting of several individuals. Mr. Combs used his power, money, and influence to bribe jurors and witnesses, such as the friend of the shooting victim, Natanya Rubin, who reported to law enforcement that she saw Mr. Combs and not Sean pull the trigger and shoot her friend in the face. Natanya Rubin later testified at Mr. Combs' trial that she was tying her shoe and may not have seen who shot the gun. She later confessed that Mr. Combs paid her. Oh, they going back 20 years. So all y'all that was working for Puff for the last 20 years, your ass ain't in the clear, niggas. All y'all niggas there with from 99 up that sat around and watched him do all this shit. Y'all may be getting pulled into this. The RICO enterprise continued throughout the years, including during Mr. Combs' 10-year relationship with his girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. According to Ms. Ventura's civil complaint, this RICO enterprise continued in her relationship when Mr. Combs forced her to carry his gun in her purse, forced her to engage in unwanted sexual acts with male prostitutes, sex workers, forced her to consume dangerous amounts of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol, and paying a member of his security team $5,000 to blow up the vehicle of Kid Cudi because he was jealous and insecure of their relationship. This thing is getting hit with the RICO, y'all. I'm telling you. The RICO enterprise continued from September 2022 to the present day, as evidenced by the hundreds of hours of video and audio recordings in the plaintiff's possession. Defendants Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina K., his assistants and staff all orchestrated, participated, managed, and executed the RICO enterprise by purchasing and distributing ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, by purchase and distributing firearms, by requiring the solicitation of sexual encounters with prostitutes, sex workers, and minors, and by forcing artists, creators, musicians, and producers to utilize their talents, labor, produce, and same thing again, right? The enterprise was characterized by the defendant's pattern of false representation, omissions made by the defendant, Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina K., and all the others, blah, 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 same thing. As part of the scheme, defendants required their artists, creative musicians, producers to visit strip clubs wearing exclusive, authentic Bad Boy merchandise and to use the name and reputation of Mr. Combs to solicit workers and prostitutes. Additionally, Mr. Combs used the prospects of winning Grammy Awards, purchasing $20 million homes, participating in future projects, and making $250,000 cash payments, and meeting influential music industry executives such as defendants Lucien Charles Grange and Ethiopia. This pattern of false representation was disseminated to artists, creators, musicians, and producers who reside in California, Florida, New York, and around the country by the defendants based in California and New York under the direction and on behalf of the defendants in New York. The dissemination, typically use interstate telephone wires, social media messages, and electronic mail. They making sure this dude get with the RICO. The true nature of the defendant scheme was left undisclosed, was omitted, and or was affirmatively represented, all to fraudulently increase defendants' profits, at least some of which were used to expand the enterprise, causing further injury to Plaintiff Jones and other unwitting artists, creators, musicians, and producers. Defendant profited from the enterprise, and Plaintiff Jones suffered because the enterprise diminished Plaintiff Jones' finances due to 13 months of non-payment and diminished Plaintiff Jones' health through consistent drugging and forced sexual encounters with prostitutes and sex workers. Defendants used the proceeds from the scheme to advance the scheme by funding and operate their marketing machine, including through the use of the mail, social media, word of mouth, and interstate wires to sell the illusion that Mr. Combs was serious about the talents and the skills of, of the artists, creative musicians, and producers, and wanted to use those skills to make music when nothing could be further from the truth. Defendants provided their artists, creatives, same shit all over again. All this shit is repeating and repeating. Robin Greenhill, the accountant, would ensure the wiring, funds transfer, or cash payments to the sex workers. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. Robin Greenhill, the accountant, would ensure the ensure the wiring, fund transfer, or cash payments to the sex workers. Frankie Santella, Maury Bond, Brenda Paul, and KK would also be responsible for ensuring payment to sex workers in cash. Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy. Ain't that 50 baby mother? Oh, shit. Whoa. Whoa. 50 baby mother? Young Miami, Jay, and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' sex workers and received payment via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill, which outlined the defendant's ongoing criminal operation. During the 10 years preceding the filing of this action and to the present, all defendants did cooperate jointly and severely in the commission of 3 or more of the predicate acts that itemized at 18 USC, as described in this complaint. Beginning at an exact date unknown to plaintiff, but within 10 years preceding the file of this action, defendants have knowingly, willfully, and unlawfully participated in pattern of racketeering activity that continues to this day. Puff got some problems, boy. The act set below had the same pattern and purpose to defraud plaintiff for the benefit of the defendants. Each racketeering act involved the same or similar methods of commission and participants. Defendants committed multiple acts of mail fraud in violation of 18 USC in furtherance of the enterprise. Defendants voluntarily, intentionally devised and participated in a scheme to defraud plaintiffs out of money in reliance on the mail. Defendants committed these acts with the intent to defraud plaintiff Jones and the artists, creators, musicians, and producers. Defendants used the mail for the purpose of executing the fraudulent screen herein. Specifically, defendants agreed to each of the acts of mail fraud described throughout this complaint. In addition, defendant agreed to rely on the mail to secure wire frauds, cash payments for purchases of the illegal firearms and drugs defendants require others to sell and distribute. Yo, this nigga, this nigga right here. In the furtherance of and for purposes of executing the above described fraudulent and illegal course of conduct and scheme to defraud, defendants, either individually or in combination with themselves, used and caused to be used by the U.S. mail by both placing and causing to be placed cash, letters, marketing materials, advertising agreements, and other matters and depositories, and or by removing or causing to remove letters and other mailable matters from depositories in violations of the mail fraud statute. Defendants committed multiple acts of wire fraud in violation of 18 U.S.C. Same thing. Second cause of action, sexual assault and sexual harassment against Mr. Combs. Mr. Jones incorporates by reference all preceding paragraphs and realleges them as if set forth fully herein. As described above, Mr. Combs frightened and placed the plaintiff in apprehension of harm when physically and sexually assaulted him from October 2022 to October 2023 in Mr. Combs' home in Miami, New York, United States Virgin Islands, and Los Angeles. Mr. Combs forcibly touched and attempted and or threatened to touch plaintiff's intimate areas and touched plaintiff with his own intimate body parts. Mr. Combs violently gripped and palmed Mr. Jones' anus and crotch without consent. Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom and watch Mr. Combs as he showered. Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to work in the studio while Mr. Combs stripped naked to get his body massaged. Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to work while Mr. Combs walked around naked. As a result of Mr. Combs' conduct, plaintiff has suffered and continues to suffer harm, including physical injury, several emotional distress, humiliation, anxiety, and other consequential damages for which he is entitled to an award of monetary damages and other relief. The conduct of Mr. Combs described above is willful, wanted, and malicious. At all relevant times, Mr. Combs acted with conscious disregard for the plaintiff's rights and feelings, acted with the knowledge of or with reckless disregard for the fact that his conduct was certain to cause injury and or humiliation to plaintiff and intended to cause fair physical injury. Damages shall include, but not be limited to, all damages permitted under the New Jersey Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act. Where was I? Physical injury and or pain suffering to the plaintiff. By virtue of the foregoing, plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive damages. Third cause of action, California's bystanders' negligent infliction of emotional distress against Mr. Combs and defendant Justin Combs. Mr. Jones incorporates by referencing all preceding paragraphs and realleges them as if set forth fully herein. Mr. Jones brings this claim against Mr. Combs and Justin Combs for the studio shooting of G. Do anybody know who G is by this point, by this time now? Anybody? Has anybody found out who G is at this point? Who is G? Anybody? Righteous League. You know who G is? G Robinson. Are you guessing? G Robinson, that's who got shot? Man, nah, I would have heard that. This nigga said G Dap. Nigga, wait. Biggie BX, man, go back to sleep, nigga. You still on medicine. This nigga talking about G Dap. This nigga said G Dap. Oh my God. Who is G? Nobody know who G is? It'll come out. Mr. Jones brings claims that against Mr. Combs and Justin Combs for the CRS shooting of G. The elements of a bystander, NIED, is closely related to the injury victim. Is closely related to the injury victim. So Mr. Jones is close to G. All right, we're going to find out who G is in a second. Is present at the time of the scene. You know what? Hold on, let's see something here. This might be a stretch. I gotta find that dude's Instagram. I'll find out exactly who G is. Right off that nigga Instagram. Watch. That's gonna be easy. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Wait, what's his this is the guy here, y'all. That is oh look, he got Puff right there on his page. Let's see. What's his Instagram? Little Raw made it. What's the date of that shooting? Let's see. What page is that? 45. What is the date of the shooting? Wait a minute. What was the date of that shooting? September 2022. Oh, this nigga's slick. Okay, he posted the picture from that day. Okay. Let's see if G is in this picture. And so, is that a coincidence? He posted the picture from the studio that day? Here we go. That's Little Roy with the guitar, I'm assuming. And could this be G right in front of him? And this is why he posted this picture. This is the same day of the shooting, y'all, in the studio. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's G right there? Anybody know these people? Could that be G right there? This is September 20th, and they in the studio. Here's the day of the shooting. He do look like Tory Lanez. I want to see some. I'm trying to find the joint with the shooting scene. Man shot outside a Hollywood recording studio. Wait, that's a September 20th, 12. Oh, here we go. Is that what is that? Are those are pants or a shirt? No clues there. All right, third course of action. The elements of bystander, I read that part. As detailed above, Mr. Jones was 2 feet away from G, as either Justin Combs or Sean Combs shot him multiple times in the restroom of the studio. As detailed above, Mr. Jones was the only individual that aided G as he laid on the bathroom floor in a fetal position, bleeding out. As detailed above, Mr. Combs and Justin Combs orchestrated a cover up, and through Fahim Muhammad lied to Los Angeles Police Department and forced Mr. Jones and all the other attendees of the writers' camp to lie to police as well. Mr. Combs and Justin Combs knew that they shot G in the restroom and that G was shot and he was leaving the studio. Mr. Combs and Justin Combs' intentional deception caused a delay in G receiving immediate medical care. As the ambulance parked 3 blocks away from the studio out of fear that there was an active shooting, Mr. Jones had to run down the block and convince them that the shooting had ended. These events traumatized Mr. Jones. It caused Mr. Jones to suffer from insomnia, post-traumatic stress syndrome, severe anxiety, and depression. Additionally, the fear and the silence from the remaining witnesses aided in the reinforcement of Mr. Combs' statements that he is untouchable. As a result of Mr. Combs and Justin Combs' conduct, plaintiff Jones has suffered and continues to suffer harm, including severe emotional distress, anxiety, and other consequential damages for which he is entitled to an award of monetary damages and other relief. The conduct of Mr. Combs and Justin Combs described above is willful, wanton, and malicious. At all relevant times, Mr. Combs and Justin Combs acted with conscious disregard for the plaintiff's rights and feelings, acted with the knowledge of or with reckless disregard for the fact that their conduct was certain to cause injury to the plaintiff and intended to cause fear, physical injury, and or pain and suffering to the plaintiff. By virtue of the foregoing, plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive damages. The fourth cause of action, sexual assault against Jane Doe 1, Young Miami's cousin. Mr. Jones incorporated by referencing all preceding paragraphs and realleges them as if set forth fully herein. As described above, Jane Doe frightened and placed plaintiff in apprehension of harm when she physically and sexually assaulted him on Thanksgiving Day 2022 in Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida. Let's see if he got some pictures. Damn, what I said this thing Instagram was? Oh yeah. Look at Rob made it. See, that's the thing I don't understand, man. Even after the shooting, you're still in the studio with this dude, right? You on the yacht with this nigga, chilling after the shooting. Nigga done shot your boy, and now you on the yacht with him chilling with French. That's the part that I don't be getting about these guys that come out and complain. Out of the same bars. Now niggas done you all the sexual stuff that's going on and all that stuff. January 2023. You doing it up for the gram with this nigga. And there's his post. January 29th, 2023. Where they at? They can't mess with us. And he tagging Diddy on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's the energy after, like, I'm not victim shaming and nothing. I'm just saying, if this is what he's doing to y'all, why are you there? If it's that bad, why are you there? If it's that bad, March 31st, 2023, less than a year ago. He doing all this stuff to you, making you go out and have sex with these sex workers, drugging you, and all this stuff. And you sitting in the studio with this nigga? Wouldn't be me. And here you go with the exclusive bad boy hat on. I guess when you get to pick up the girls, look, he got the hat, the bad boy hat on. Look, that's the bad boy hat. And that was Miami. And that was in May. That was for his birthday. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I just found something interesting, y'all. This lawsuit was filed this week, Monday. I wonder when he stopped being around Diddy. Because August, yo, bro, August 18, 2023, all of a sudden this nigga's on tour with who? How is that, y'all? Y'all see this? He just running around with Diddy, and now at August 2018, 2023, look where he's at. Look who he's with. Nigga. Do y'all know who that is? Wait a minute, bro. Y'all don't know who the Final Lap tour was? Oh, Courtney's hip. And now 50's doing Surviving Diddy. Y'all see this? So he leaves Puff. A lawsuit comes. He's on the Final Lap tour, and then here comes Surviving Diddy. Okay. Is that a coincidence? Oh, I got to look at this nigga just a little bit suspect now. And then he's not with Diddy no more after that. Wait a minute. Let's see. How did this thing go on tour with 50?
Publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but we need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his part. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him. Yeah, I run shit. I run shit. Yeah. Little Rod ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table.
Oh, this might be a player part of it too. Look at this.
I run shit. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Little Rod ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his part. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him. Yeah, because I run shit. I run shit. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Little Rod ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, And I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his power. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him. Yeah, man, because I run shit here, nigga. I run shit.
That might have did it right there. That's February 3rd, Grammy night. That might have did it right there. And they talking about taking his publishing. And then February 7th, this is where we get.
I mean, I'm a. To anyone, this video may be embarrassing too. Let's just jump right into it. Some of you may know me or may not. I'm a music producer who's a writer and musician. Different genres. I started in the gospel and jazz and R&B and worked my way over to the hip hop side. I've been working on an album. I took a year off straight working on this album. That album is the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. And it's Grammy nominated right now as we speak. I should be celebrating, but the truth is I'm not. Taking this album on has required so much time, months and at a time, 16 hours, 24 hours a day. Sometimes, Diddy would request certain works to be done and tell us don't go to sleep until it's done. And the truth is we'll be up for days trying to accomplish that. I've tried to get my business straight with them on this album, but the truth is they're not playing fair. They hit me on below the belt on so many situations. Just dealing with this. It's the contract that they give me and the offer that they gave me was just disgusting. The producer fee, pennies, and on top of that, these guys are trying to steal my publishing. I can't go for that, so I'm fighting back. He's a fighter, but I'm going to put in this fight. I got to do it for myself, my rights, and most importantly, my kids. Taking my publishing or stealing it I'm not going to let that happen. Not going to let that happen. Again, this is one of those projects that took so much time from me. I missed holidays with my family, just out working on this album. At one point, I was running around with the hard drives, the computer, just to run the ball on this album, to finish the production on it, and make sure that this album came to, a good project with good vibes, just where it is right now. And just to be offered little to no participation in it is just highly disrespectful. I won't be that guy 20, 30 years from now looking back saying, I wish I'd done this. I want to do this now. Doing this situation is not easy. Taking Puff to court, suing him is not easy. I don't have the monies that it's going to take to fight him in court. So I'm just asking, if you're in support, please. The link is in my bio to my GoFundMe. The money will go towards my attorney fees and to just make sure I'm keeping my head above water during the process. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. I apologize to any. Hello, everyone. Until further notice, I will not be performing at any gig. Yeah, I want to take my. Hello, everyone. Until further notice, I will not be performing at any gigs or anything like that. For security reasons, my family, friends, everyone close to me, it just feels like there's a lot of potential threats, and everybody's just telling me what he's allegedly capable of. And, it's very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids. And just sleeping with anxiety and different things like that. So just moving forward, just gonna pause on everything until we know that it's clear and safe for me to come back outside of work. I appreciate you all for your love and support and everybody that knows me, etc. Thank you so much. Love.
I feel so bad for these people, man. I really feel so bad for these people, man. Because the popular crowd or the motherfuckers that's still gonna go over and eat nuts, they gonna disregard him. Cassie, all these people, they the bad guy. And like for me, even myself, like I understand you want to make it. I understand that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to get in the room and work with these people. But me, I can't be like him and be uncomfortable, and nigga keep grabbing on me and touching me just like the Christian Keys do, who still hasn't come out and said nothing about the the person that got in the bed with him, the grown man got in the bed with him and grabbed him by his nuts and stuff. And these guys, they accept, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to check, they want to work. But for me, I'm like, F that. No, it's not worth it. Because look at him. At the end of the day, he still ain't get his money. And the nigga done touched on you, got to see you naked, then walked around you naked, all kind of disrespectfulness just because he got more money than you or he's more famous than you. And because people ain't going to believe you because he's more famous than you. Shit is crazy, bro. Niggas will never believe it's real because the nigga famous. As described above, Jane Doe 1 frightened and placed plaintiff in apprehension of harm when she physically and sexually assaulted him on Thanksgiving Day 2022 in Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida. Jane Doe forcibly touched and attempted and or threatened to touch the plaintiff's intimate areas and or touched the plaintiff with her own intimate body parts. Jane Doe 1 used her mouth and performed oral sex on plaintiff while he was urinating in the restroom. Plaintiff fought her off while Mr. Combs and his associates sat outside loudly laughing. Jane Doe 1 then followed Mr. Jones outside of the restroom and began undressing in front of Mr. Combs and his associates, straddled Mr. Jones and attempted to have forced sexual intercourse with him. As a result of Jane Doe's one's conduct, plaintiff has suffered and continues to suffer harm, including physical injury, several emotional distress, humiliation, anxiety, and other consequential damages for which he is entitled to an award of monetary damages and other relief. The conduct of Jane Doe 1 described above as willful, wanton, and malicious at all relevant times. Jane Doe 1 acted with conscious disregard for the plaintiff's rights and feelings, acted with knowledge of or with reckless disregard for the fact that her conduct was certain to cause injury and or humiliation to plaintiff and intended to cause physical injury and or pain and suffering to the plaintiff by virtue of the foregoing, plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive damages. Premises liability for the sexual assault committed by Jane Doe 1, Young Miami's cousin, against Mr. Combs. It's the same thing. Sixth cause of action, premises liability for sexual assault committed by Cuba Gooding Jr. Mr. Jones incorporates by reference all preceding paragraphs and realleges them as if set forth fully herein. Here, Mr. Jones was sexually assaulted by Cuba Gooding Jr. on a yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands in January 2023. January 2023. Is that when I see him with French on the yacht? Yep. This is the when they on the yacht. This is where they at. Same bars. Yo, you know what's so crazy, y'all? This is January, right? This is when it happened. And he's in the studio, the same studio that Cuba's groping him in and everything. And he's laughing and he's enjoying his day. He's working with the exclusive bad boy hat on. No, nigga, I'm out. Give me a flight. I'm out of here. This nigga was in there touching on me. All of this is January. All of this is January. Like, I'm not staying there. I'm not staying there, bro. All this is January. So you telling me I'm not victim shaming or nothing. I'm just saying, man, if let's listen to what Cuba did, okay? Allegedly. Mr. Jones incorporates by referencing all preceding paragraphs and realleges them as said fully for hearing. Here, Mr. Jones was sexually assaulted by Cuba Gooding Jr. on a yacht rented by Mr. Jones in the U.S. Virgin Islands in January 2023. Mr. Combs was present while Mr. Jones was being assaulted by Cuba Gooding Jr. Mr. Jones was legally on the premises as a guest and an invitee of Mr. Combs. Cuba Gooding Jr. was legally on the premises as a guest and invitee of Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs owned through renting the premises and had dominion and control over the premises where Mr. Jones was harmed. Mr. Combs had dominion and control over the actions of Cuba Gooding Jr. and failed to step in and stop Cuba Gooding Jr. from sexually assaulting Mr. Jones. As the owner of the property, Mr. Combs had the duty to protect Mr. Jones from the harm he suffered at the hands of Cuba Gooding Jr. Mr. Combs breached his duty when he failed to stop Cuba Gooding Jr. from sexually assaulting Mr. Jones. In furtherance of this breach, Mr. Combs encouraged Cuba Gooding Jr. to continue his assault of Mr. Jones when he said that Cuba Gooding Jr. should probably get to know Mr. Jones better. Mr. Jones has suffered immensely because of Mr. Combs' intentional breach of his duty to him. As a result, Mr. Combs' breach of his duty, Mr. Jones has suffered and continues to suffer harm, including severe emotional distress, anxiety, and other consequential damages, for which he is entitled to an award of monetary damages and other relief. Same thing, same thing, same thing. You're going to get the same thing in the next paragraph, too. Defending Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christian Coron, and Combs Global knowingly and intentionally participated and perpetrated, assisted, and supported, facilitated a sex trafficking venture that was an effective interstate and foreign commerce together with others in violation of Code 18 USC. Among other things, defendants Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christian K, and Combs Global knowingly and intentionally recruited, enticed, provided, obtained, advertised, and solicited by various means Mr. Jones as well as other class members, knowing that the defendant Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christian K, and Combs Global would use means of force, threats of force, fraud, coercion, and a combination of such means to cause Mr. Jones as well as others, some of whom were under the age of 17, to engage in commercial sex acts. Defendant Sean Combs, Justin Combs, blah, 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 and provided Mr. Jones as well as others whom were under the age of 17 into commercial sex acts through the means of force, threats of force, fraud, abuse, and process and coercion. Oh my God. As a part of perpetrating TVP violations between on or about September 12, 2022, and throughout November 2023, defendant Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Caron, and Combs Global concealed his delivery of hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash to Mr. Combs and his associates. Also willingly failed to file required taxes with federal government. The conduct was outrageous and intentional. On or about January 2023, Justin Combs engaged in a freak-off session on a yacht with his father and sex workers. This nigga is freaking off with his son, bro. They caused Mr. Jones serious harm, including without limitation, physical, psychological, emotional, financial, and reputational harm. All this sex trafficking stuff, puff ass is fucked. I just hate to say it. This dude, I don't know if he realized that this filing this civil suit put him at risk for criminal charges too. Like, I don't need. Do he realize that this civil suit opens him up for criminal charges? Because he carried out a lot of illegal stuff that he accusing them of, but he was in participation of it. He could say he was forced all he want and all that stuff. I want to see what this studio look like. I might have to do it on the Google Maps. Let's see. How are you gonna say they did a drive-by shooting over here? That nigga going to jail, bro. Oh no, man. Your boy is screwed. You hear me? He is screwed. Mr. Jones incorporates by referencing all preceding paragraphs at all times herein within mentioned defendants LR, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Chalice Recording Studio, and Sean Combs acted in the course of scope of their agency, employee, and representation of each other, and with the knowledge, consent, this direction, approval, and ratification of each other's act. Blah, 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 blah. Get to the detail. Justin Combs and Sean Combs for the possession of the firearms when they entered Chalice Recording Studios. Defendants negligently failed to take the steps to either provide adequate security and make the condition safe, or warn plaintiff of the dangerous condition, all of which caused plaintiffs to suffer injuries. As a proximate result of the negligence of the defendant and each of them, plaintiff was hurt and injured in his health, strength, and activity, sustaining injuries to their nervous system and person, all of which injuries have caused and continue to cause plaintiff great mental, physical, and nervous pain and suffering. As a result of such injuries, plaintiff has suffered general damages in amount according to proof. He going for the gusto. The ninth cause of action, aiding and abetting and inducing a sex trafficking venture and violating the Traffic Victims Protection Act. Yo, bro. This is way, way, way. If y'all don't think that Puff is going to get a criminal indictment, you got another goddamn thing coming. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. If you really think that criminal charges is not getting ready to follow all of this, wait for it. You wait for it. It's coming. It might be here sooner than we think. What I said yesterday, by Thanksgiving, that nigga might not be able to make plans for Memorial Day. I just feel a little bit of way about how Rodney was staying around throughout all these complaints. I could after Cuba Gooding, I would have been out of there. Like it was so many red flags that would have had my ass out of there, bro. Do you hear me? This and the fact that Justin's all over this like this. I wonder what his mother got to say. It's yo, bro. Puff is going to get indicted. I'm telling you, you're about to see a RICO, and you're going to see a bunch of bad boy artists and security motherfuckers get arrested. Watch. Or not artists, but like staff members, just like in R. Kelly situation. Everybody ain't go to jail, but motherfuckers got snatched up. And those who got snatched up, it was either you gonna tell or you going to jail. What you gonna do? And ain't too many people going to jail for Puff. As you can see, not too many people went to jail for R. Kelly. Yo, I told y'all months ago RICO was going to come down on Puff. I told y'all months ago. That shit is around the corner, Jack. And this dude was on tour with 50. Bro. This dude was on tour with 50, man. That ain't no coincidence. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all be stingy with them likes. If you new here, please subscribe to the channel. Choke no joke. Y'all know what it is, man. I'll catch y'all on the AM. I got some joints dropping tonight for all those who missed them. All right. 11 o'clock, another joint will be up in that midnight. But Diddy, I know you saw this nigga on tour with 50. Can you imagine the stories that Rodney told 50? I'll get back to this. I'll definitely get back to this. What page we on? Let me write it down. Choke no joke, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Diddy, it's over now.
Put it up. Palm tree the trees and the palms of dealers and fiends. Late night roam the streets. Weed is weaker, but it's cheaper. Not many chicks frontin' like divas. Out west, every chick's a model like Eva, and you know I'm far from believing her. So I'm G'ing her like she G'ing me. Banging in LA is a different thing. At the end, you either dead on the bang, getting out, doing better things. On Sunset, where they hang. Hollywood, where they hustle for change. Times Square here, it's the same. No matter where you go, you'll find a lane. On the west, they kick it with Kane. On the east, trees the souls you think. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. When I'm on the west and I'm doing my thing, don't offer me coke or your nose I bang. Friends don't offer other deadly things. Thanks for the hospitality, we'll still hang. I won't judge you, leave me as I came. On the road to success, top of the game. Eat all the finer things in the food chain. Teach my kids to do the same. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. Gotta love life, they offer wonderful things. Being to travel is a privileged thing. Came back to the east, air wasn't fresh. Streets filled with trash, various people in the eye. It's easy to tell who's upper middle class. Police and racism, same as crash. Back to where they not social, where they less vocal. When they don't know you, be careful, show you around the East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, East Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Pop your bottles and toss the cork. If you rap, West Coast. Both coasts are known to give you fame. Got paparazzi playing cameras your way. Got you bobbing and weaving like Cassius Clay. Most thugs turn Muslim in older days. Change their name to Allah they pray. Probably till they decay. This go out to the east and west. For Big and Pac, y'all let's connect. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap West Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, you can't get the West without the ES. So it's manifested that we connect. You know what it is. Choke, no joke, learn from mistakes, baby. You know what it is. Greg on the track. Rest in peace, baby. Either war, we here now. You know what it is.
Choke, no joke, about to do no smile treatment, you know. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Choke, no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah, now. Choke, no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah. This what ATL in New York sound like. Let's go. Y'all hating ass niggas, I see y'all. Choke, get busy, that's why I got the crown. Hate in the air. You clowns, I see the envy that you breed, jealousy. What you need is your own damn hustle. Stop worrying about mine. Nigga, I'm poppin' cause I put in time. Came out modeling, camera in hand. Still get busy with the mic in hand. Streets pulled out, niggas got sprayed. Niggas turn on you when they see you get paid. The intimidation in your face. Where's the love? What's taking place? You want my gold and my ducats, cause my money overflowing out of buckets. Shot him in public, made people holler. Scar on his face for the money and the power. I'm the choker. Choker. The truth in the industry made me the choker. 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 The truth in the industry made me the game had me fooled, got in, was young. Thought talent made you rich, damn was dumb. More to make, cake from crumbs. You gotta be sweet, G or native tongue. My heartbeat went into overload when Larry tried to turn me into a mole. Told me show my curly to the CEO. I didn't think it's funny, so his jaw hit the floor and grabbed that chair that broke his back. Then realized that's a hate attack. Harassment comes assault, you in the maze. No way out, like Puff and Mace. Touch me, tease me, I catch a case. Nigga, you ain't straight as your poker face. Father law God, in that game I fold. This sun don't tick, demon time don't hold. I'm the choker. Choker. The truth in the industry made me the choker. 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 The truth in the industry made me the choker. Choker. The truth in the industry made me the choker. Choker. On the ones and twos, choker. What y'all want to do? I'm here now. Either wall, stand up. Shout out to the bomb squad. Stay the hell. Don't follow those cats. The niggas that be on the gram. Tell Bobo what they doing. Choke, no joke. You know what it is. Yo, y'all niggas better stay DL. Down low. Stop flossing, man. You just want them to just come and get you. Learn from our mistakes, man. That's what this is about. Learn from mistakes. Choke, no joke. Let's go. You already know. Make it low, let's go. My aim was enlightened, drop jewels on you. You thinking I'm jealous, I ain't got cheddar like you. I'm the dude to a game, you got school. Was a local cat, snatch you when I made moves. I'm paranoid and preaching, you was sleeping. Knew you was sneak deep and couldn't see us beefing. Learn from mistake, don't show I got cake. Impress a nigga to rob me, bitch seal my fate. Get knocked by the feds, lay up for about 8. Ass so busy flossing, ain't thinking about Jake. Loose, yapping, they wiretapping, videotaping, your ways in action. Front like times hard, two-door garage, ice like Liberage, with no damn jaw, without a reasonable doubt. You think you Jay-Z with your platinum jewelry, he got a job, B. You shining on doctors with 4 degrees, laughing cause I'm broke on the streets.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Shh, let's go. For beef, we not dolo. For cash, you go solo. Thought I was your man, shot me down like Manolo. Thought I was your partner when you played me was whack. No niggas dust that I wouldn't flip like that. What gives? See your man struggle while you live? That's some shit. Struggling, give you the kicks. Used to stick for gooses. Warm when we pump deuces. Break night in the jacks, trying to see millions like Brewster. You don't act like you used to. I'm the dude. When niggas was friends, you was like, yo, Joe, come through. I wet you like McLean for those who claim to be pain. The game of death, that's what you get with got game. Ill with automatics, we're never static. You carry at niggas, put one in your cabbage. Fear, don't have it, you fill me with laughter. In OGSC, then I'm original gun clapper. Like Dan get dapper, see a mill be Casper. They trade the doctor, the math for master.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells. Nigga, y'all loud, louder than the weed, nigga. Thinking with your pockets, caught the ice locket. She somewhere in Houston, you blew like a rocket. Her seed was bait, through the line she caught it. Gave her all that loot, she couldn't afford it. Frontin' to them bitches, y'all feeling him. Blue puff in your face, daddy, all about Benjamin. Remember me, I'm your friend to the end. Like Chucky, used to slay bitches like Buffy. Thinking why they cuff me, think of the luxuries you had. In the cell with other willies, you brag. I push the big Benz with 20-year trims. When in the club, Chris for all my men. Sitting across the bar, what's up, star? Back to reality, you back in bars. You chose not to listen, had the H-class blizzard. Knew the rules of the game, played yourself out position.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Stay DL, BDL is out.
You ain't DL when your name ring bells.
Yo, son, yo. Son, that son is me, yo.
I see.
You ain't noticed me, yo.
I see,
All this
man.
diamonds and stuff, yo.
How can I
Fat
not?
diamond ring I got.
Oh yeah. My man had to come through and make sure it went through. Y'all niggas is in trouble. Choke no joke. I ain't no joke, the mixtape. We here now. You already know. Let's go. Choke chillin', got away from the building. Ain't shit really changed though, I'm still that villain. I'm making money with rhyme, fuck black on black crime. Beef and money don't mix, like Muslims and swine. I'm talking milk, penicillin, y'all be illin'. Y'all be thinking y'all killers, with y'all school face grillin'. Kick that bullshit to me, y'all be wet though like Bruce Lee. And Brandon and Hearst on the highway to heaven. Man, you making mad threats and stuck in one section. I'm OBP like Naughty, making connections. Talking under your breath, get you something you don't need. 2 fully loaded Macs, filled up with heat. Nigga, you sweeter than 30 days for a body. Pop shit to these niggas, see me walk by me. But I ain't looking for no beef, I don't eat bologna. But I bring a whole cow if you run up on me. Shiesty, Try me and hype me to peel your wig back like 10 cent icy. Bring it, stop bluffing, I got your threats, they mean nothing. I respond like Bond, I come through, I'm bombing. Playing bodegas, flipping Montega. You tan in the Jacks, I tan in Jamaica. Faker, wouldn't bust if he raped ya. Your chick out blazed her, hit it like Jada. While you blew up a pager, had to breathe like Vader. Your star at war with the lightsaber. I'm here to lyrically tear your red, nigga, you a spear. I jack you up, now you out of here. Throw me on the 600. Now fucking nigga hummin', blowing down 8th Ave with a bad bitch blunted. I take it there. Y'all niggas don't want it. Y'all niggas don't want it. Y'all niggas don't want it with no joke. Who you thought it be? Represent the NYC. Bring it on if you niggas want some of me. Have y'all niggas feeling it like Jay-Z. No joke. Who you thought it be? Represent the NYC. Bring it on if you niggas want some of me. Bronze King like the LORDFINESSE. And that bullshit y'all do, y'all niggas don't stress me. Oh yeah, and you already know, either war what it is. Choke, no joke, I ain't no joke. The mixtape, we here now.
Elizabeth, what up, baby girl? Thanks for joining the team. Got the choke, no jokes there. Elizabeth B in the building. Okay, lady. I appreciate you. Much love. You know what it is. This one go out to the ladies.
Choke, no joke. You already know. Y'all know I love that cooch. You know what this is. I love that cooch. Yeah. It's the A thing. Clean cooch. Let's go. Yo, what's up? My nuts when I wake up. Got morning wood and I just bust one. And mahogany, I'm Ron Isley. Between the sheets, and she want to ski. And just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D, her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne and Medusa in one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. I eat her coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. Suck my nuts when I wake up. Got morning wood and I just bust one. And mahogany, I'm Ron Isley. Between the sheets, and she want to ski. And just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D, her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne and Medusa in one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie.
Choke, no joke. Good night, good night, good night. I'll see y'all in the AM. You know what it is, man. Much love. Shout out to all the memberships. People that joined the membership gang. You know what I mean? Elizabeth just joined the team. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. I love y'all, man. Good night. All right. Tap the join button at the top of the video channel. That's how you do it. Choke, no joke. I'll catch y'all in the AM, all right? One love.